Hey everyone, it's Kim. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm starting a what's for dinner video, so I'm going to take you along and show you everything that I make for dinner for the next week. Today's Monday. I've been doing a lot of food prep today. I did like some baking yesterday, and then today I've just been like doing cheese slicing and shredding, like meat slicing, stuff like that to make things easier for the week. I made a big coleslaw. That'll be for a couple of meals. Yeah, I'll show you what I'm making tonight. So I just wanted something like kind of quick and easy. So let me show you what I decided to make. Okay, so I got this cookbook off of Facebook Marketplace. I just wanted like some more dinner ideas, and it's nice. These cookbooks are really nice because they're really simple ingredients, really easy to make. It's all mostly pantry ingredients. So I'm making chicken curry. So I've got chicken parts, ketchup, water, packed brown sugar, and it said an envelope of dry onion soup mix. So I just actually made the soup mix. It was like onion powder, salt and pepper, beef broth mix, and a few other things. It was really easy to make. So I've got that all stirred together. I might add a little bit more water. It sort of tastes like barbecue sauce actually, but it's pretty good. Kind of reminds me of my mom's sweet and sour meatballs. I'm defrosting my chicken leg quarters right now. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done putting the sauce on it. Side note. Okay, apple that my 1-year-old grabbed and took one bite out of. I'll probably eat that later. Also got a pork butt roast here that is thawing for tomorrow because I'm going to make pulled pork. Alright, so there's how the chicken turned out. There's the rice and the coleslaw. So I just did shredded cabbage and carrots, mayo or light mayo, white wine vinegar, and a little bit of sugar and some Epicure coleslaw mix. That's dinner for Monday. All right, good morning. It's Tuesday. I'm making pulled pork tonight. So I have a pork butt roast here. I'm making a sauce mix, which is ketchup, water, brown sugar. Using lots of ketchup in my cooking this week. And this sauce mix. And so I'm just searing my pork on all sides. And then I'm going to mix up the sauce mix. I should be using tongs for this. And I don't know why I did that. Anyways, I'm going to mix up the sauce mix, pour it over the pork butt roast in the crock pot, and set it on low for 8 hours. I find with pulled meat, it works better to do low for a long time rather than high for a short time. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so there's the sauce mix ready to go on top of the meat. And that's sourdough, by the way. That's why the towel is all covered with flour. All right, there it is. So yeah, low for 8 hours. All right, so it is 3:30 now. This is what it looks like.
Yeah, I know
that. Okay. So I'm just shredding it up. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done doing that. All right, there it is. I'm gonna add it.
Your cat is, Mom.
Yes, we have a dirty cat. I'm just gonna return that to the pot and let it sit for another hour and a bit. Alright, so it's Wednesday. I usually make a pasta on Wednesday, so I'm making a Cajun chicken pasta. I've got my chicken here. This is just 2 chicken breasts that I cut. I'm going to season them with this Cajun seasoning, and I'm going to cook them, and then after they're cooked and cool down, I'll cut them up. This I throw in at the end. I don't like my tomatoes super cooked, but just a little bit. And then this is the sauce that I use, just a regular Alfredo sauce. And this is the pasta, and I'll use about half of this. I'm also throwing in some shrimp. I had a little bit left. So I'll show you that when it's cooked. also just made a salad with peppers, tomatoes, cucumbers, and carrots with green leaf lettuce. And oh yeah, by the way, green leaf is a lot cheaper than romaine lately. So we've been buying that. It tastes pretty good too. And I also just sliced up some peppers for the kids' lunches tomorrow. And yeah, there's my sauce. I'm just snacking on some of these peanuts, but they're like praline, honey roasted peanuts. Anyways, excuse me. The kids are having this with their lunch tomorrow. This is for Isla, that's for Carter. So she's having an egg, peppers, strawberries, a cookie, and some animal crackers. He's got pretty much the same, but pretzels instead of animal crackers and peanuts instead of an egg. And they're gonna have a little bit of leftover pasta in a thermos. Isla might have another snack, but I'm not sure what yet. I had some buns left from pulled pork, and I figured at first that I would save them, what was left, for burgers, but because we only had 3 left, that didn't make sense. We would need like 5 or 6. So I cut them up for garlic bread, and everyone can have a half piece. So normally my husband would take leftovers, but I want to use that for the kids tomorrow. So I'm making him 2 sandwiches instead. This one is ham, and this one has salami. This is on sourdough, and this is on my regular sandwich bread. So there's that. Really thick slices, but yeah. And I'll also pack some snacks and stuff. All right, there it is. All right, so it is Thursday. Tonight I'm making this. It's about 12 right now. I think this will take about 4 hours in the crock pot. I'm actually gonna use my Instant Pot, but on the slow cooker function. It's beef and lentils. So I need diced tomatoes, a can of lentils, onions, celery, barbecue sauce, sweet chili sauce, some balsamic vinegar, a bay leaf, salt and pepper, oil, lean ground beef, flour, and some beef broth. So this sounds like a really good recipe. I'm gonna brown the beef, cook the onions, add in all the other things, and then just let it slow cook. And then we're just gonna have this with rice, but I think it would probably be good with like mashed potatoes too. My kids just tend to prefer rice over potatoes. Anyways, I'm gonna get that going and show you the process. And this recipe is from the Company's Coming Slow Cooker Dinners. I just bought this cookbook last week. All right, so there's all my ingredients. I'm just gonna get going on chopping up the onions and the celery. All right, so just have the tomatoes in there with all these things, and I'm just about to rinse out these lentils. I've got my beef broth ready. I can tell all these ingredients together so good, are going to be so good. Anyways, I'm gonna go add the onion and celery to the beef. All right, so there, I added in the lentils too. I'm just gonna, the recipe says to add in like 2 tablespoons of flour. This might be slightly more, but whatever. And then you kind of like cook the flour in the beef, and then I'm going to add the beef broth and then let it thicken and then add in everything else. All right, just gonna add in the other stuff. All right, there's how it looks. Almost looks like a chili. It smells absolutely amazing. I think it's gonna be really good. I'm probably gonna put a little bit of cheese on top when it's done, like in the bowls. Yeah, I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. I'm gonna put it on for 4 hours on high heat. Yeah, so I just decided to make the kids' lunches so things aren't so crazy after dinner. So I've got, this one's for Carter, so he's got 2 peanut butter sandwiches. This is the last of the homemade buns. One of our homemade granola bars, some animal crackers, cucumbers, and cotton candy grapes. And Isla has the same, but she has ham and cheese instead of peanut butter. And then she also has a yogurt parfait with granola and blueberries. This is our homemade yogurt and our homemade granola, and a couple of rice cakes. So no favoritism or anything. She just eats a lot more than him. She'll eat all this and probably still be hungry after school. And he will probably eat like half of this, but I still just give him lots of options just in case. So yeah, that's lunch for tomorrow. And there it is. I did add a little bit more of the sweet chili and barbecue sauce because I thought it needed it. I think next time I make this, I'm gonna leave out the celery, but it tastes pretty good. We'll see how everyone likes it. I also made a salad, and there's our disgustingly dirty rice cooker. There's our brown rice. All right, so it is Friday. Right now it's almost 10 a.m. I'm making sourdough pizza tonight. So it's like it's like a hybrid dough. You use sourdough discard. So when you make sourdough, you have like kind of a yeast colony going on in a container that's just flour and water, but it's like a wild yeast or whatever that you create there. And when you feed it, you add flour and you have to dump out some of what you have in your starter, otherwise you'll end up with way too much. So this is what I've accumulated over the last little while. I'm using some for another dish next week, like a skillet, but I'm doing sourdough pizza today. So I have yeast, sugar, and water in here. I need to add a cup of this, some oil, some salt, and flour. So I'm gonna do breadsticks and pizza as well. So I will show you the dough when it's done. And it has to sit and rise like 8 hours because of the sourdough starter in it. So I'll show you the dough when it's done and also show you the pizza when it's done. All right, so there's my dough. Looks kind of funny. I just rolled it into like a log because I wanted to cut it into 3 even pieces. I used 2 for 2 pizzas and then 1 for the breadsticks. And I just wanted to get it separated right away this time. So anyways, there's my dough. Really nice texture. I'm gonna let that sit and rise all day and show you what the pizzas look like. It's 1:30. I just had a peek. Holy crap, it has risen so much. All right, it's 3:30 and there it is. I'm just gonna get toppings ready and then I'm gonna get the pizza all put together and I'll let it sit and rise for a bit. So typically on Friday nights, I do a veggie tray to get through. Veggies need to be used up. There's the crust for my pizza and my breadsticks. So to make my breadsticks, I just melt some butter and I brush it on. And then I just sprinkle it with garlic powder and some like spaghetti or Italian seasoning. And they turn out really good. I don't have specific amounts that I use. I just kind of sprinkle as much as I feel like in the moment. And I just like brush a little bit of pizza sauce onto my dough. I try not to use too much because otherwise it gets soggy. All right, so there's the pizzas all done. We have one that's just pepperoni. This one has a mix of barbecue sauce and pizza sauce. Pepperoni, I was gonna do salami too, but I realized it went bad. Beerson, jalapenos, and green peppers. And then breadsticks over here, which you saw me make. And we have a veggie tray too. All right, there's how the breadsticks turned out. I usually take them out a few minutes before the pizza. All right, there's how our pizzas turned out. Thanks so much for watching.